having Mello. I know Iphi through the narrative group, connected with her for the first time over Zoom during 2020 when we first kind of started digitizing everything. The first time I physically came here to Iphi's house was August of 2022. So this is my 4th year, my 4th time being at her humble abode. What I can say about Iphi is there's nobody else like her anywhere in the world. She is so brilliant and so wonderful. She's willing to teach about things in the kitchen, which that's the place, right? Iphi's kitchen. She's willing to teach about Greek culture, spanakopita, things like that. She was telling us about the phyllo dough layers of baklava yesterday, the differences between Middle Eastern baklava and Greek baklava. She has such a wealth of knowledge and is very careful about how she shares it. She's very direct and very loving. She's kind of one of those like tough love kind of people. When you're in her kitchen, she's going to tell you exactly what to do. If we're outside taking a picture, she's going to direct everybody how to do it, which I think is a Greek thing. I think that's very classic Greek. But as you said, she's a personality. She is her own person, and she deserves to have attention on her. She deserves a documentary made about her, because it's people like her that touch the world in really deep and lasting ways. You know, you throw a rock into a lake, and for a minute you can see the ripples, but for a while those ripples just kind of disappear, and you're not really aware that they are actually moving under the surface. And I think Iphi's actions are definitely those lasting ripples, just going out to all the beach, all the shoreline for a long time. I think she's going to have a deep impact on not just her clients, but people like me, who she has apprenticed and mentored in, you know, indescribable and uncountable ways just over the past 4 years, over Zoom and here in person.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize you were one of her mentees.
Not officially. Not officially. I think she just does it naturally. I think she's just, you know, she's a grandma to a lot of people.
I'm looking forward to have some sort of experience like that with her also.
Yeah, she just teaches. I think just her actions, how she behaves. You'll have to ask her about the story of making the bed. Tell her, Abby, or someone, I'm sure someone else will mention making the bed growing up and the lessons she learned. But she's very exacting in a way that is, I think, unique to her. I mean, other people are definitely that way, but there are reasons why Iphi does things the way she does them, and she'll help you understand that. It's not like she's going to just say, because I said so. She's going to teach you why this is a way that works. So yeah, I guess that's probably my brief paragraph on Iphi. I think she's wonderful. She's brilliant. She's absolutely loving. When we pulled up here, we were the first ones here on Friday, and I just smelled it. I took it in. It was, we've been talking about sensate. It was visceral. And opening the doors, I was like, back at Iphi's house, and I gave her a big hug, and I just said, I can't tell you how happy I am to be here and get to do this yet again.
So how many times have you known her? Number 4, and how many years have you known her for?
Since 2020, so only probably a year or so past that, maybe 2 years past that.
Okay.
I knew some of the group, like Ken, before, because I got brought in from Kevin in 2016. But I think it wasn't until COVID, when things really went digital, that I started seeing some of the other folks that are here now.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not been long, but she's a wonderful person. She deserves the attention.
Thank you very much. And how could you describe the work you're doing?
Me personally?
Yeah. Your work?
I'm a marriage and family therapist. Right now, I am trying to shift as much as I can to see couples. So I do see predominantly individuals, some teenagers, but I'm trying to get more couples in. So I'm about 50-50 couples and families, or couples and individuals, excuse me. my like target populations or like issues, I like to see veterans. I'm a veteran myself, so that's something that I really enjoy. That's my main thing. And then substance abuse, addictions, things in that wheelhouse. That's where I did my internship, was at this really phenomenal a year-ish long program called Bridge in New Haven, Connecticut. Plug for them. They're a great program. And so I continue to do that. And then religious stuff, crisis of faith. I want to eventually be able to work with cult survivors, but that's something I'm moving into lightly because those people have been through a lot, and I want to make sure I'm doing my due diligence with them. But I do a lot of I do have a lot of conversations with clients who are Christian, who are experiencing, you know, their relationship with God or Christ, and I do have a lot of those conversations openly. So those are kind of my populations. I have some experience from Bridge with adoptees, and still see some people that are in that wheelhouse. Some parents of Russian adoptees, and some foster care stuff. I'm not as familiar with that program, but yeah. So those are kind of my people. I love what I do.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Appreciate it. Okay, thanks.